I told you I'd fix the sink tomorrow. You said that last week, Ethan. He didn't look up from his phone. Work's been insane. You don't have a job. He rolled his eyes. God, here we go again. I stood by the kitchen counter, still in my scrubs, my shoes caked with dried coffee from my second shift. My spine ached. My patience was thinner than the wine glass he'd chipped and still used like it wasn't broken. I just need you to care about something, anything. Ethan tossed the phone aside, stretched like he was exhausted. You want me to build you a shrine because you work long hours? I want a partner. Well, newsflash, I never asked you to work 2 jobs. I paid for this house? He smirked. You always bring that up like it's some badge of honor. It was my honor, I whispered, until it started feeling like a mistake. His expression didn't change, not even a flicker of guilt. Just that bored look, like he was stuck in a commercial break and waiting for the real show to return. I'm going to bed, I muttered. He didn't respond. The next morning I stared at the front door for longer than I should have. 6 years ago, I walked through it in a white dress and shaking hands, 22, dumb, in love. I thought we'd grow together. Instead, I just grew tired. That afternoon, I stayed late at the hospital. I volunteered for an extra shift, anything to keep me from going home. When I finally walked in around 10:30, the first thing I noticed was the smell, vanilla perfume. The second thing was the laugh, software feminine, familiar. Then I saw her, Lena, curled up on my couch like it belonged to her. Long legs, red lips, wine glass in hand, my wine glass. What the hell? I blinked. Ethan looked up from the other end of the couch and grinned like a teenager caught with weed. Hey, you're home. I stared at him, then at her. What is she doing here? Lena crossed her legs. Relax, we're just catching up. I ignored her. Ethan. She needed someone to talk to. In our house? Our. He chuckled. It's my house, too. That's when it happened. Something inside me snapped, quietly, but completely, like a light bulb dying. Not dramatic, just final. Number? It's not, I said softly. Lena tilted her head. You're being dramatic. I turned to her. And you're drinking from a glass you didn't pay for, in a house you were never invited to. Ethan stood up. Jesus, don't talk to her like that. Why not? I asked, stepping forward. You seem to let her talk to me like I'm the guest. He scratched his neck. This isn't a big deal. You're blowing it up. She's your ex, Ethan. She's a friend now. I laughed. It wasn't even bitter, just hollow. You want to invite your ex into the house I bought, drink wine I paid for, sit on a couch I assembled by hand after your third business idea failed, and you think I'm overreacting? He narrowed his eyes. Don't do this. No, I said. You already did this. Lena stood. I'm going to go. You should, I said, before I throw that glass at the wall. She set it down. Wow, you're so stable. Lena, Ethan warned. I didn't move. I didn't blink. Leave. She grabbed her purse, not in a hurry, just smug. No wonder he needed someone else to talk to. I took a step forward. She flinched, finally. The door slammed behind her. I stood there, hands trembling, breath shaky. Ethan sighed. You made her uncomfortable. I stared at him. She made me uncomfortable. You act like I cheated or something. Did you? No. His voice wavered slightly. Of course not. You hesitated. He scoffed. This is why I can't talk to you. This is why I don't recognize you. You always do this. You twist everything. I gave you 6 years, I said quietly. 6 years of working nights, paying bills, listening to your dreams while mine died quietly in a drawer. He looked away. I stopped dancing, Ethan. I used to dance every Saturday morning in the kitchen, remember that? I don't know. Exactly. You don't know. You don't see me anymore. Silence stretched. I loved you, I whispered. Loved? His voice cracked. I nodded. He stepped forward. So what now? You're kicking me out? I didn't answer. His jaw clenched. It's our house. I looked around. The paint I chose, the curtains I hemmed, the photo on the wall where I looked happy, but my eyes were already dimming. I paid for every brick, I said, every tile, every dream. He didn't speak. And I'm done pretending it's still ours. The next few days were quiet, almost too quiet. He tried to act normal, made eggs one morning, left a cup of coffee for me on the counter. I didn't touch it. On Friday, I came home to find the couch pillows rearranged, his way of apologizing without saying the words. I was thinking, he started. I dropped my bag. Dangerous. He exhaled. I deserve that. No, you deserve a lot more, but I'm too tired to list it. He rubbed his face. I screwed up. You think? I didn't sleep with her. I don't care. I swear! I stared at him. You should care that I don't care anymore. That shut him up. He looked like he wanted to cry, or yell, or throw something. But instead, he slumped onto the couch, his side, the one I always avoided when he was mad, and said nothing. I stood in the backyard later that night. The porch light flickered. I should fix that, but I didn't move. My phone buzzed. A text from Sophia. You okay? I typed, number, but I will be. On Saturday, I found an old journal tucked behind my dresser. The first page had our wedding vows written in my sloppy handwriting. I promise to stand by you, even when you fall. I closed it and put it in the trash. He saw me. Really? He asked. I didn't look up. Yes. That meant something. Not anymore. God, you're cold. Number, I'm finally warm. He looked confused, like I was speaking a language he never bothered to learn. You let her sit on my couch, I said, in my space, with my glass. And you didn't even flinch? He opened his mouth. Nothing came out. You chose her comfort over mine. He sat down. It wasn't like that. Yes, it was exactly like that. I didn't think it'd be a big deal. Because I don't matter to you. That's not true. Say it then. What? Say you chose her. I didn't. Say it. He looked away. I don't know what I was thinking. You were thinking about yourself. The silence that followed was heavier than any scream. He stood up. I'm going for a walk. I nodded. The door clicked shut. I stood there, just me in the silence. I didn't cry. I didn't scream. I just stood. And then I smiled, just a little, because for the first time in years, the quiet felt like peace. I'm not asking for much, I said, my voice barely above a whisper. Just don't bring her here again. Ethan scoffed, arms crossed as he leaned against the hallway wall. You act like I cheated. You emotionally moved out years ago. Oh, here we go. I'm serious, Ethan. So am I, he snapped. She's a friend. Why do you twist everything? I'm not twisting anything. I see the way you look at her, the way you laugh when she texts. It's harmless. Number I was harmless. That's why you stopped seeing me. He shook his head and pushed past me. You're losing it. Don't say that, I warned. It's true. You're obsessed. You want to control who I talk to, who comes over. It's pathetic. I just want to feel safe in my own house. Well, maybe you shouldn't act like a stranger in it. I sat in the guest room that night, the one I used to dream would be a nursery. I cried, into the pillow, into my sleeves, into the silence. I sent a voice note to Sophia. I don't know what I'm doing anymore. I apologized to him, for her. I keep thinking if I just say the right thing, he'll see me again. But he doesn't. I think he hates me, Soph. I think he hates that I remind him of everything he's not. She called immediately. Leave, she said. You don't have to prove you were enough. You were. He wasn't. I can't. It's still my house. Then kick him out. I'm scared. Of what? That if I make him leave, I'll really be alone. You already are. The next morning I found the locks changed. I stood on the porch, key in hand, twisting it uselessly. I knocked, then banged. Ethan opened the door, half a grin on his face. Morning. What the hell is this? New locks. No warning? I texted you. I held up my phone. There's no text. Oh, must not have gone through. You're locking me out of my own house? He leaned on the door frame. Our house. I narrowed my eyes. Don't you dare. You're being emotional again. You don't get to gaslight me when you're the one sneaking around with your ex. She's not my ex. I blinked. What? He shrugged. We've been on and off for years. You knew that? Number I didn't. He tilted his head. Really? My stomach dropped. Are you saying you've been cheating this whole time? I'm saying you knew what this was when we started. I stared at him. He smirked. You were just stability. She was always the fire. I didn't speak. He nodded once. That's what I thought. He closed the door. That night, I slept in my car, parked 2 blocks down. I turned the engine on twice just to feel some warmth. The moonlight hit the house just right. The windows looked like eyes, judging, mocking. I pulled the blanket over my face and screamed into it until I tasted salt and cotton. The next morning I went inside quietly after he left. He forgot I still had the garage code. I needed socks. That's what I told myself. But I sat at his laptop for 5 full minutes before I opened it. No password. He was always lazy that way. There they were, messages, threads, pictures. Lena, can't wait for her to finally snap so we can have the place to ourselves. You should have never married her. She's a leech. Soon, baby, she'll give up. The last message hit like a punch. Ethan. She's already halfway out the door. She just doesn't know it yet. I called him. He answered like nothing was wrong. What now? I know. Know what? I read the messages. Pause. You had no right. You cheated on me for a year. He laughed. You're acting like you're surprised. I couldn't breathe. You're sick, I said, and you're slow. I built everything around you. That's your problem, not mine. You used me. Or maybe, he said, voice dripping with smugness, you let yourself be used. I didn't speak. Say something, he mocked. You forgot something, I whispered. What? Whose name is on the deed? Click. I went to the bank the next day. Hi, I told the woman behind the desk. I need a copy of a property title. She took my ID and looked me up. After a moment, she smiled. Yes, it's in your name only. No co-signers. I nodded. I need a lawyer. Sophia came over that night with fries and wine. I want him out. Finally. I showed her the messages. She blinked. He's not even hiding it. He thinks I'll never fight back. He's in for a rude awakening. I don't want this to be ugly. She sipped her wine. He locked you out of your own house and let his side piece drink from your wine glasses. It's already ugly. I laughed for the first time in days. Mr. Lawson's office was small but warm. He looked over the documents slowly, glasses sliding down his nose. Clean title, no joint ownership. That's good. What now? I asked. We serve him a notice. You'll get a protective order if needed. Change the locks, secure the home, and you can file for divorce immediately. What if he refuses to leave? His smile was calm. The law's on your side. This is your property. If he gets aggressive, we'll have law enforcement enforce the order. I exhaled. Okay. Ms. Winters, he said, closing the file, you're not the first woman to be manipulated like this, but you'll be one of the few who takes it back. I nodded. I'm ready. That night, Ethan came home to find me in the kitchen. He looked surprised. I thought you were staying at Sophia's. Number Y live here, remember? He snorted. So now you want to talk? I did more than talk. He eyed me. What does that mean? There's a lawyer now. He laughed. You think you can kick me out? I don't think. I know. He shook his head. You're not strong enough. You've mistaken silence for weakness. He stepped closer. You'd really throw me out like trash? You already treated me like garbage. I'm just finally taking it out. He blinked. I let you walk all over me, I said, voice steady. I made excuses, I begged, I apologized when I was the one bleeding. Because you loved me. Because I didn't love myself enough. He looked away. I turned to leave, but paused in the doorway. You forgot whose name was on the papers. He said nothing. But I didn't. I started acting like everything was fine. Do you want coffee? I'd ask Ethan in the morning. Yeah, black. I made it with a smile. I stirred in salt instead of sugar. He never noticed. At night I folded his laundry. He'd mutter thanks without looking up from his phone. Probably texting her. I'd nod. Of course. Inside I was a storm wrapped in silk, silent, slow, deadly. A week after I saw my lawyer, I came home to find all the wedding photos gone. In their place were new frames, photos of Ethan and Lena, at the beach, at a concert, in our kitchen. My favorite one? The one where she was wearing my apron. You redecorated, I said, walking into the living room. He didn't even look up. Yeah, thought it was time. What did you do with our photos? He shrugged. They didn't feel right anymore. I smiled, small and sharp. I guess they wouldn't. I waited until he went into the shower. I set the envelope on the dining table, right in the center, next to his protein shake. When he came out, towel around his waist, he glanced at it. What's this? Open it. He opened the envelope, read the top page, his jaw clenched. What the hell is this? An eviction notice. You're joking. Does it look like I'm laughing? His voice rose. You can't kick me out of here. I live here. You stayed here. Big difference. He slapped the papers down. This is my home, too. It's mine, legally, emotionally, every damn way. You can't do this. I stepped forward. Watch me. The next few days were chaos. He slammed doors, punched a hole in the hallway wall, screamed things like, "You'll regret this," and "You're nothing without me." I said nothing back. Just turned the music up louder, cleaned the baseboards, lit candles. Sophia came over the day before he was set to leave. You good? She asked. Calm. You look terrifying. I feel peaceful, she smirked. He's unraveling. I know. We drank tea while he stomped around upstairs, throwing things into boxes. She didn't even come to help him pack, Sophia noted. Of course not. She got what she wanted, a win. He was just the trophy. And now? I sipped slowly. Now he's just heavy to carry. Tuesday came with rain. I watched from the window as he shoved trash bags into his trunk. He tried calling Lena, twice. I know because he cursed each time she didn't answer. He came in one last time, dripping wet. You're heartless, he said. No, I replied. I just finally gave myself a heart worth protecting. You'll be alone. I've been alone for years. I'm good at it now. He stared at me for a second longer than he should have. Then he left. He didn't even close the door. I walked over, pushed it shut, and locked it. 3 weeks later, I painted the kitchen pale blue. I replaced the couch. I burned the sheets. Sophia brought over a rescue dog, small, scruffy, and weirdly wise-looking. I thought you could use some company. What's his name? She shrugged. They called him Max at the shelter. Max? I repeated, crouching down. Hi, Max. He licked my hand like we'd always known each other. I didn't cry, but I did sit on the floor with him and whisper, "We're gonna be okay." 2 months later, my phone rang. I didn't recognize the number at first. Then the voice cracked through the line. Hey, it's me. I said nothing. I know I'm probably the last person you want to hear from. Still nothing. Lena left. She cheated. With her ex, I almost laughed. She said I wasn't fun anymore, that I'd gotten bitter. You were always bitter, I finally said. He sighed. I'm sorry. I was stupid. I should have fought for you. I didn't realize what I had until... Click. I hung up. Blocked the number. Max looked up at me from the couch, tail wagging. Want to go for a walk? He barked once, sharp and ready. We stepped outside into the cool evening air. I looked back at the house. The porch light was warm. The garden was blooming again. Inside it smelled like sage and fresh paint. Peace had a color now, a sound, a rhythm. He broke me once, but I built myself back, one breath at a time. And this house, it's mine again.